So let's start a program up and discuss the different features within a program. Start Microsoft Office Word 2007 because that's going to be pretty much what you're working with early on. When we're starting and opening a program, an open program is considered a running program. It's basically loosely defined as a program that has been started. If I want to close any of my programs, all I have to do is click on the X in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, now that Microsoft Word is finally opened here for me, discuss the different points inside of a program. Your insertion point here basically is telling you where your text can appear when you type. So wherever my insertion point is, that is going to be where my text is going to show up. Notice the difference between my pointer within Microsoft Word as opposed to outside of Microsoft Word. It's an arrow allowing me to pretty much say, hey, this is where I want my mouse to go. When it wants to open a program or a file, it becomes a finger pointing to it. And inside of Microsoft Word, a marker to show what part of the text I want to manipulate. Let's say I want to close down my WordPad program here. All I could do is I could either right mouse click and click on close. It also gives me the option to maximize, minimize, change the size, or move it. So let's just say I want to move it. And now I can move WordPad pretty much wherever I want. I also could have done that by simply clicking on the top part of the bar and moving it wherever I needed to. If I want to minimize it, I could just minimize it. If I want to maximize it, I can make it go to full screen. If I want to restore it, that would bring it back to the normal size I was just dealing with. Let's say I want to change the size of it. I can also click on size. And down here in the corner, if you can see this little grabber, will let me resize the program to whatever I need to. So if I'm dealing with some documents that are open up in WordPad, I can resize both of my programs so they can work both of them at the exact same time. Let's go over a couple different things within Microsoft Word and within WordPad here. The name of the program is in the window title bar. It's telling you what program you have open and what is the name of the file. If I change this name of the file, it will show me that it shows up as now stuff opened up in Microsoft Word. My menu bar, for the most part in the old Microsoft Word and the old WordPad, is right here. It gives me different tools and tasks that for whatever I really want to complete. There's also a toolbar, which is right here, which will allow me to manipulate this however I want. If I want to open a new document or open an existing document or just save this, I have the ability to. There's also kind of a mini version of it now in the new Microsoft Word. Again, we'll get into it about how there's other drop-down tabs inside of Microsoft Word when we go over Microsoft Word. Also, those same sizing options that we went over before are available in the top right-hand corner of your window. I can minimize, maximize, and close the program, or I can resize it. You'll see my arrow becomes pointed in two different separate directions. Again, this area that's in the white is my document workspace. Let's go over a couple different menu options. When I click on File, or let's, for example, do View here, the check mark is saying it's showing me the toolbar. I can uncheck that and then the toolbar goes away. If I check it again, the toolbar will come back. If I have text going on in here, I can edit this text. I can undo it. I can select all of it. But also note the shortcuts that are available, such as Control-Z to undo, Control-X to cut, Control-C to copy, and Control-V to paste. If you see an ellipse after a certain option, such as the dot dot dot, it will pop up a menu that will allow you to work and change a variety of effects within the specific program you're using. I'll show you guys what a dialog box is. If I were to go to print this document, a dialog box is now opened up for me, which allows me to provide a variety of different options for the print feature. Allows me to select which printer I want to send my file to. I can change around some preferences within it. Again, I currently have a Lexmark 6100 series printer set up, and I can set up different settings within it. Let's go into the My Computer. Let's look at a couple things inside of this program. What you're actually looking at now is what's known as Windows Explorer. Your address bar tells you what folder you're inside. Sometimes if I click on Shared Documents, it'll start showing your C, Documents and Settings, / All Users, / Documents. It gives you different system tasks. So if I want to add some programs or change some settings on my computer, all I got to go to is My Computer to be able to work with those things. Other places come in very handy, especially with access to the control panel located within My Computer. It's showing me that I have actually 3 separate hard drives on this computer. If I highlight over any of them, it'll show me how much free space I have and how much memory is currently being taken up, as you can see. So let's close out of that. We'll open up My Documents. Again, it's showing me I'm within My Documents currently. If I ever want to change the view here, the way I do it personally is I right mouse click and I go to View, and I can go to Titles, which are just basically small icons. I can list them, which we were just looking at. I can go to Details, which tells me a little bit about the files I'm looking at. It's showing me that it's 56 kilobytes. It is a JPEG image, and it was modified on today because I actually just put it on my computer. Let's talk about some different help features available within Windows XP. If you want to go to Help and Support, which this is pretty much available on Windows XP or Windows Vista or anything you need. If you click on that, it will pop up a window that will give you a variety of different topics that we can get help with. Now, my Windows help and support is going to look a little bit different than yours again because VAIO and Sony pretty much customize everything that goes on within their computers, but they still have the same general help topics. Tab over here that will tell you what's new in Windows XP, how to get access to music, games, and photos, etc. Which actually is this tab right here. You have your network tab, which is the same within Windows XP, except I believe it just shows a globe with, like, I believe an extension cord going into it. You can customize your computer, which again looks basically the same. Gives you an accessibility options and lets you probably change some of your users around. And also allows you some printing and faxing information here. The hardware that's behind it, fixing problems with it. You can use the search box to find a variety of different topics. It will allow me to undo changes to my computer with the System Restore, or it will allow me to use different tools to diagnose specific problems. That just about does it for this Windows XP chapter. When you're done with Windows XP, you can either log off or turn off your computer, and it will give you your options. If you just want to set it on standby, turn it off, or restart it, those are your options.